So when it comes to self-improvement, I think one of the biggest issues that I face, and I think a lot of other people face, and I never really thought about this till recently, it's just something I've been pondering. It's not so much that it's hard to self-improve. I mean, yeah, if you're not like used to being disciplined and doing stuff like that, it's gonna be hard. But I think the biggest issue is, at least I face, is like the loneliness and then like having to miss things and hang out with friends because you're trying to work on yourself or working on um studying, or you can't go out to eat with friends because you're on like a weight loss plan and this and that, and that's like all fine. Like, I get it, like you got to do what you got to take. So I'm not getting on here and complaining about it, but um I just think that's the hardest part. And we can get on here and act like hard asses, and like a lot of people do on this, be like, oh, you don't need those friends, they're not on the same path as you want to do it, lone wolf style, and this and that. And I just think that's ridiculous. Like, come on, like we all have our friends that we're friends with, and we all hang out. Like, yeah, like I like trust me, I'm first one here to say that, like, you grow up and grow out of certain friends, and you lose friends throughout the year, but like you still have a couple people that, like, even if they're not on doing want to lose weight or do this or do that, doesn't make them like less of you. Maybe they already to where they want to be personally. It's just, you have to do something different to get the results you want, so you're not gonna be able to hang out with them as much. And I just don't get how, like, some people do that as like a character trait of theirs. Like, they use that, like, oh, I'm the lone wolf mentality, this and that. Screw all these people that don't want to do what I do. It's like, that's just ridiculous. Like, I don't agree with that at all. Like, and I think some people get like enjoyment out of acting like that, which is crazy. I think a lot of people that are like that, like, honestly, like, had some sort of like bullying. Like, I'm not in you know encouraging bullying or this or that, but like something happened to them where, like, I don't know, they got made fun of at school or something like that. It's like that sucks that happened, but you know you don't have to act like tough like that. Like, and I think that's what turns a lot of people off self improvement, because they get on here and they see these guys acting like total idiots and acting like hard asses. Like I said before, I don't like to swear at the videos just because I like to keep it professional, but sometimes you have to swear to get a point across. But um, yeah, sorry for not doing anything in the game in this video yet. Or just I was like ranting there for a second, but like, yeah, like the loneliness part of, and I built, yeah, if you're wondering what this is, I actually made a huge freaking mistake the other day. So I had a really cool video set up where I was going to build this like really nice campsite here, and I had it all edited and all the stuff. And then, classic mistake, I had my mic turned off the whole time and none of the audio got recorded. So there's going to be a cool video where I just built like a little peaceful campsite here overlooking this really, really beautiful view. So, um, yeah, that didn't work out, but it's all right though. We'll be good. Um, I think that, the loneliness part's the biggest idea. Like, yeah, like, you do, I get it. Like, I agree with that whole concept of like you have to separate yourself from people. But so I think a lot of people get in their mind, they do it for the wrong reason. They do it because they think they're better or they're doing something more than someone else. And that can be the case some of the times, but more often than not, it's just that person's it's actually probably your friend that's never done anything wrong to you in your entire freaking life. Like, they just aren't trying to do the same thing you're trying to do. That's perfectly fine. Like, you don't have to make a big deal about it, a big freaking scene, and act like an idiot. Like, you have to realize that they're not doing what you want to do. You could still be friends with them and still like try to hang out with them and stuff. It's like, just sometimes you're gonna have to separate yourself from, like, say you guys go out to eat every week, or you go, I don't know, play video games every 2 hours at night. Like, maybe you got to cut it down to 1 hour, or not at all some days, or you're not going to be able to go out and hang out and go out to eat or grab drinks or do something like that if you're like, if we're talking like weight loss fitness kind of aspect. But to act like someone else is not on your level because you're doing something they're not, and they haven't directly like offended you or said you're being an idiot for doing what you're doing, like, that's just ridiculous. And I think a lot of people like use that as like, I don't know, like a cope, honestly. It's like maybe you just didn't have friends in the first place and that's why you're lone wolf because your personality is just awful. And yeah, that kind of deal. But I think just a lot of issues is people just aren't real and realistic about stuff they see what on the internet and um they just copy it and it's just ridiculous. They act with an attitude. So usually I'm telling you the people with the attitudes like that are the ones that are just putting on a facade. Like the people that if you're to trust anyone on the internet that's like in the self-improvement phase, trust the people that aren't angry but still get the results. Those are the ones you want to take advice from, honestly. Like ones that have like a really happy-go-lucky but still, have the results that you want to try to mimic. Um, you get on here and you see these angry guys all the time, but yeah, they have the results, they have the nice bodies, they have the muscles, they have the money, but they're just like just pissed at the world, pissed at stuff. But then, like, on the other hand, you have the same exact guys, but they're happy and they're like just like excited about life. They still hang out with friends and do stuff and don't act like you got to be a lone wolf. And then, you know, and those guys act like all women are bad and this, and that's like that's just a path you don't want to go down. Like, and I'm not even gonna say I thought that was the path you had to go down to get results, but it's not. It's literally not. Like, yeah, you're gonna have to be lonely, I guess. And that's the part I struggle with. Like when I'm trying to do like something that, involves a lot of work, a lot of discipline, like yeah, you're gonna have to like be by yourself and like not be distracted by stuff that's gonna affect you. But it's not anyone else's fault. It's not your friend's fault. They're just choosing not to do that because maybe they're just going down a different way than you. But like I said, there's always the cases where your friends will make fun of you or that, or just actually be jealous that you're doing that. And yeah, and you know what? You do have to drop them at that point. But you know, I think a lot of the time that your friends have nothing to do with it, and people just like to act like tough guys and get big egos because they're doing something that is difficult, and it's like just freaking quit, just stop acting like that. But um, yeah, kind of from like a personal perspective, like for me personally, it's more like I don't know how to put this. Like I hate like I love fitness, I love nutrition, like that kind of stuff, but like at the same time, like I like going out and hanging out with friends on the weekends and like going out and getting food. And I know you can like budget your calories, but like sometimes you just have to like have weeks where you just are like, pretty strict on what you do to get like any results. And that's just life in general with anything. You do have to have periods of being strict, but it's just like just sucks like while your friends are going out and like, going out for dinner or going out and, for drinks or whatever, if you're above 21 and that's just what you do. It just, sometimes you just gotta say no and it sucks. I mean, you're gonna miss out like on fun times, but and I get there's more to do than that, but it's just one of those things that you just got to deal with if you want any results. And there's a beauty in it if you can think of it that way. But yeah, I hope this message like kind of made someone feel a little bit better about their situation if they're wanting to do self-improvement. Like you don't gotta drop your friends off the face of the earth. Like that's just a ridiculous thing. But you know what, you have to do realize though in the same breath, like sometimes you are just gonna have to have periods where even if it's nothing against those people, it's you don't have to be act like you're better than them. It's just the fact of the matter is you have to be alone sometimes and to get the results that you want. You have to have times of work and times of just putting your head down, and it's it does suck, but you will get the results. But yeah, I don't know where I was going with that last sentence, but you just can't get heinous and you can't get upset about it and try to take it out on other people. I think that's the big issue with the is the people who are like they're just upset that they can't participate in stuff that they usually did in order to get other results. Like I made a video before, you know, you can have anything you want. You just can't have everything. It kind of goes with that. Like, if you want the results in like the fitness world, you're not gonna be able to go eat junk food and go drink alcohol and stuff like that as normal as you normally do. But, or if you want to go to school for something. Let's just say you want to, let's just be extreme about it. Let's say you want to be like a medical doctor or something. Like, you're not going to be able to play video games and do that kind of stuff every night. You're going to have to be studying your ass off. Like, it's just the fact of the matter, but it's not anyone else's fault. You know, you chose to do that. You can't take it out on other people by acting like you're above them and, you know, acting like this lone wolf, like, oh, I'm just going to do everything by myself and not be friends with anyone because they're not in the same level. It's like, just be a good person. You know, like I said, it doesn't matter what you do, just be a good person. You're allowed to be better than other people, but, you know, just because someone didn't choose to do something that hard to you do, you know, as long as they're not being a direct, you know, asshole to you, like you don't gotta act like that back to other people. Like that's how you become unlikable, and you don't want to live life like that. That's just an awful way to be. But oh, I don't know why I threw that. Yeah, like I said, sorry for not building anything or doing anything in this video. I just wanted to get that off my chest and kind of like give a message to people because I know a lot of people are in that situation and just give my take on it. So yeah, next video probably we'll just do like a purely building or something video. I don't know, but yeah, if you like this message, leave a like, leave a comment on what you think. Anxious to hear what other people think about this subject. So thanks for listening and have a great day. And God bless. I like saying God bless at the end of the videos now. All right, see ya.